the drama. You and I both saw this film. It stars Zendaya and Robert Pattinson in a campaign. I want to talk about the marketing of the campaign for a second and give them credit. We've seen these weird posters. You see Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Pattinson looks like he's been in a fight. He's covered in blood. They don't look happy on their wedding day. So have you seen weird posters and photos of them to promote this movie? The trailer, and I have to give them a compliment, doesn't give up what the movie is really about. And we will not either, because that's a big spoiler. And part of the enjoyment of the movie is learning what this is.
Yeah.
So we will not discuss that, but I'll just get into it real quick. Emma and Charlie, played by Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, they're an in-love couple. We see them in the beginning. There's a meet cute where he pretends to have read a book he hasn't actually read. He learns about her that she's deaf in one ear. He finds it endearing. I didn't mean to say that, but I just did. They go out on their first date. He's in the midst of writing his speech that he will give at the wedding about how much what he loves so much about Emma. They have two friends. They're a married couple. They're about to be married. Rachel and Mike, played by Elena Haim and Mahmoudou Athi. And you kind of see through flashbacks their beginnings of their relationship, building up to the moment where they're doing a tasting of some food at dinner. They're tasting wine. They get really trashed. I mean, drunk. And Rachel wants to play a game. She's like, what's the worst thing you've ever done? And they each reveal the worst things they've done in their lives. And when it comes to Emma, upon revealing what the worst thing she ever did in her life was, leaves everyone shocked. Rachel, who is going to be part of the wedding.
She's the maid of honor.
She's like, ends up ghosting her friend. Mike can't believe what he's heard. And Charlie, who's about to marry this woman, Emma, upon hearing what she's revealed as the worst thing she's ever done, like completely begins to question everything about who she is. What is her character? What who is this person I'm marrying? Kind of going back in his head about her. We then begin to see flashbacks of Zendaya's character, Emma, as a young 15-year-old girl who was not as attractive as Zendaya is now, but just a typical 15-year-old. And we see kind of some of this play out, what it is that she did, which is a whole other, and we are not going to reveal. It's a big spoiler. I think would ruin the enjoyment of the movie. All this builds up to the wedding where things just are revealed and unfold. And I'll just say this movie is going to make people really uncomfortable because it begins as like a fun romantic comedy. Like, oh, great. I love these two people, want to see them be happy and in love, and then devolves into a dark comedy that goes, the black humor in this is, especially with the subject matter, is so well handled. This director, who unfortunately I've never heard of him, Christopher Borgli, a Norwegian director, very purposeful, so well directed. And there's not a wasted shot in this thing. It's not overly long too. It's about an hour, 45 minutes. And the whole thing is building up to the wedding after this reveal. And frankly, I love the cringe, the uncomfortable aspects of it. I love the relationship between Emma and Charlie. You know, they have these cute things they do. You see it in the trailer where they pull down each other's pants. They're standing there being very serious, sitting there in their underwear as their pants have been pulled down. I like movies like this that swing for the fences This could not have been made for a lot of money. It's not hugely expensive film. It's the kind of drama that Hollywood used to make, and I like dark humor. This is like if David Lynch made a romantic comedy, or anyone that that would explore dark areas. And the subject it does reveal really is that aspect is very serious. I think is very well handled. And everything is like there are reveals that come out at the wedding involving Emma's father that even tell you more about what we've seen. I loved it, but it's not for everyone. You are there, and I promise you, people are going to go to this movie and say that was amazing, and other people are going to say that's the worst movie of the year. Both ends of the spectrum are fair. I, for one, you know me if you've been watching the channel for a longer time. You know I like stuff that's weird and different. Alan, what'd you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I love this movie. So Christopher Borgley, he did Dream Scenario with Nick Cage.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
the one where Nick Cage appears in other people's dreams?
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
that movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's the same vein. What this movie is essentially Curb Your Enthusiasm, but as more of a romantic drama,
Right.
than because it's really about. I mean, if you think about it, there's not a lot of it's a talking movie. The revelation is through a conversation. The effects of it are all done through conversations. It's the fact that when this revelation occurs, just how it's like that moment you find out for a progressive, that moment you find out your best friend voted for Trump. It's kind of like one of those moments, and you just see this devolving friendship, this devolving storyline, and quite frankly, I mentioned it last time, but to me the best movies are the ones that you're engaged with from start to finish. Every scene, you're just like, what's going on here? What's going on there? Oh my God, this is happening. This movie is all about that. It is if you just embrace the story, take out the moral ramifications of the reveal. You see how it's so easy for us to instantly on a dime reject a friend, to then try to resolve things in your head. For Charlie, he has to resolve the revelation in his own mind and decide whether he truly loves Emma or not. The other thing I like about this movie is it's very stylized in the way it's shot. You know how
Yes.
you go into a scene and the scene starts off with something casual, and then over time in that scene, you ultimately get to the point. Well,
Yeah.
this is shot where every scene just gets to the point. So you're
Yes.
I do this in improv comedy all the time. I don't necessarily like setting up a scene. I like to just start the scene at the meat and bones of it. This is what the scene's about. And that's what this movie does, scene after scene after scene. It just gets to the point. And so every scene, as you say, is never wasted because it says
Yeah.
something about the story going down. The other thing here is Zendaya, I would say, gives a fairly typical Zendaya performance. Pretty good, though. Robert Pattinson, his portrayal of Charlie is so specific.
Oh, it's so good.
It is, I mean, he is truly the everyman.
Yeah.
And the everyman with a anxiety, a characteristic of anxiety that we can all relate to. I'll just say it's the one who it's that character trait that always tries to find basically always tries to find the good in the situation, but is fails to figure out how to do that. And I really loved Pattinson's performance in this. He look, of the two of them, he put in the best performance or the more nuanced performance. Zendaya, I think, knew exactly what her character needed to be, and she did it. Alana Haim,
Yeah.
boy, I hated her character. And it
Yeah,
was so
same
great.
here. I did not. Like her
I mean, she let's
and I
just
like
say
her as an
she
actress.
knew she needed to be unlikable, and she pulled it off.
She's really unlikable. And I will say, just Zendaya, best thing she's ever done. This movie is the
Outside of
best.
Shake It Up.
This is like I've seen her in other things where they try to
Mhm.
push her. This is she is now top tier actress.
Yeah.
And Pattinson, we've seen him be good before. This, I think, may be one of the best things he's ever done. So
Mm.
even if you don't like the movie, the performances of them as a couple is so good. I just this could be an award season film.
Yeah, this is I don't know about that, but it's definitely a
Well,
rom-com.
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean it's very good. It's very good. But yeah, we'll see. I think the subject matter, I think the reveal is going to be a big issue.
Yes. And the movie is not going to be for everyone. Let's just say that. But I strongly recommend it if you like films that swing for the fences and don't just give you your typical rom-com. This is not a typical rom-com. And we'll have you talk. I actually really want to see it again, oddly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would see it again at home. Definitely.
No,
But
that's fine.
But look, let's get to just the Zendaya issue. Sure, she's in too much stuff. But our job is not to say, wow, she's been in so much stuff. I have to, we're gonna pass on this. We have to judge the movie based on the movie itself. And she does a really good job in it.
Yeah, same. I agree. This is the best performance of her career, and can't wait to see what she does
Outside of Shake It Up. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
No, I mean, it's like, when you have kids, they watch the same show over and over and over again, and Shake It Up was on that rotation. Her and Bella Thorne, and I'm like, okay, so I have a different opinion of Zendaya than most people have.
Well, look, if you want something different, this is the movie for you.
Mm-hmm.